Hey guys, we're back here at the Yacht Club in Toronto, and last time we looked at the Oceanus 45, and this time we're going to meet Lucas and go look at his boat. A little bit different style of boat, but still a boat that's for sale and a really, really wonderful boat. This is a Catalina-Morgan 440. Cool boat, cool guy. Let's go. I think the first thing that catches my eye is this anchor.
I know. Yeah, so this is an 85-pound Mantis anchor that we call it a sleeping pill.
Oh yeah.
It really has allowed us to stay very comfortable and safe at anchor. We also have the Mantis swivel attached to about 300 feet of road. Ooh, and another 180 feet of rope road.
Right, right.
In addition to the chain road.
Yeah.
So never had any issues, of course, setting an anchor. And we actually have a road counter in the cockpit as well.
Oh, nice.
As well as marriage savers, which are,
the headset.
of course, the headset.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's made the whole process of living at anchor a breeze.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a stainless anchor, so it's been pretty easy to keep clean. And
is there a washdown?
Yep, there's a washdown for it as well. Yep.
Cool.
And there's actually, we've had a pressure washer system plumbed in, and I realize pressure washers on a boat can be a bit of a hot button issue.
Right.
But just for the sake of keeping the deck neat and tidy, or just spraying off some of the dirt when you're bringing the...
Makes life easier.
It makes life a lot easier. And so that connects into the, actually into the deck washdown in the cockpit, and we have about 50 feet of that, which we can sort of step all over the boat and clean it up.
The coach top is monumental. So what does it weigh, this boat?
26,000 pounds.
Wow.
And the first thought people have is there's a lot of windage on that boat.
Yeah.
And for whatever it's worth, we've never had an issue. I don't consider myself to be having 20 years of docking boats.
Right, right.
But between the bow thruster, which is new, by the way, I replaced this year.
Nice.
And just taken a couple lessons before we bought the boat as far as good practices in docking.
Yeah.
We've had zero issues.
So it's an '08?
It was commissioned in '08. It's technically a 2006, so it's 45 feet 11 inches. On spec, it's 41 feet at the waterline.
Okay.
And I'm sure the davits add a little bit more to it as well.
Very cool. A big step up.
It's a big step up.
Yeah.
You don't want to have too many beers when you step up onto the boat.
Yeah.
Wow. These we call the dolphin watching seats, which of course are a Catalina feature.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough, we did get caught in one windstorm in the ICW in Florida, and this was all enclosed. You'll see a D400 mounted here on the pole.
Yep.
And we had our dinghy on our davits, and the wind was so strong that one of the D400 blades happened to puncture the dinghy.
Ooh.
But we also had a blade come in this door here, right through the cockpit, and it lifted this dolphin seat right out and threw it out of the boat. Thankfully, we had taken some cruising lessons, and my wife knew not to go and try and rescue this cushion, which we were able to get remade after that storm. But it's quite a robust boat. It handled that well, and we've always been pretty confident just afloat.
Cool. Very nice. I'm gonna go up around the front of the deck here too.
Yeah, cool.
This is just so tall. I love it because of what it gives you, right?
So the height is 63.5 feet with the different instruments.
Yeah.
So it is ICW compliant.
Oh, good.
The standing rigging was redone in 2018.
Yeah.
The hatches are all waterproof, which I know sounds like an obvious thing.
Yeah.
But it's not always so obvious.
Yeah.
This part here is actually a Mantis. It's a mounting rail, so we're able to lash jerry cans of diesel or gas to the bow
without having a 2x6.
Exactly right. Yeah.
A little classier.
And you can tie off your halyards as well.
That's smart.
Yep.
I like that.
Another thing that's been really helpful for us down here, we have we've redone or we've had the anchor locker redone. It's about 4 years ago, just before we bought it. So it wasn't us who did it, but it has been redone. Down here is a Mantis bridle.
Okay, yeah.
And that's helped to avoid a little bit of the swinging at anchor.
Yeah.
And just make things a little more comfortable as well.
Nice.
And there's the deck wash down there.
Yeah. I can't get over the size of that anchor and the size of the swivel. It's just monumental. I'm a big fan of go 3 sizes bigger than it needs to be.
Okay. This is the forward water tank. So there's 2 water tanks. This one here is 50 gallons.
Okay.
The starboard, which is the main water tank, is 125 gallons. So it's got about 175 gallons of fresh water. And we also have a water maker, which is 30 gallons per hour.
Yeah.
Cruise RO water maker.
Yeah.
And that's obviously been indispensable when we were down south. Here on Lake Ontario, we haven't used our water maker as much as we probably should.
Beautiful.
And then we have our D400 here, which in the trade winds is indispensable.
Yeah.
Here on Lake Ontario, it's nice. With the price of solar coming down.
Yeah.
For example, we replaced the aftmost rigid solar panel. Mm. And I think it was about $400 for that 380 watt solar panel.
Yep. Yep.
You compare that to whatever that D400 costs, which is a couple $1,000s. Yeah. And
what do you find you get out of it, like 8 or 10 amps?
Yeah, and that's when it's blowing at about sort of 10 to 15 knots.
Yeah.
And so in the dead of the summer, it's really not doing too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's there. It's, you know, on a windy day, it's a bit extra.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, let's go to the cockpit.
Yeah, cool.
Man.
So the sails were made in 2018.
Right.
We have a spinnaker as well down below. We also have a, what's the word I'm looking for here? An emergency sail. Help me out here.
Like a stay sail?
Not a stay sail, a storm jib.
Yeah.
The storm jib is down below. Thankfully, we have not had to use it. And then we have the flexible solar panels there. So in addition to the 380 watt rigid, we have 2 150 watt flexible solar panels, which are Velcroed on. And they just give us a little bit of a boost as well.
Yeah. Did you find it was okay down south? Were you wanting for anything on power?
Really, I think in a perfect world, we would have added a bit more of a rigid davit system and put another solar panel on it.
Right.
The rigid solar panels are just so efficient compared to the flexible solar panels.
Yeah.
And it just would have been nice to have a little bit more structure in the davits just for some of the, you know, the higher wind sort of offshore days.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, 95% of the time we were at anchor, this would keep our boat topped up as far as power with no issues at all.
Right.
Oh, one thing I should show you as well. On the back, there's a 30 and a 50 amp plug-in, which is a smart plug system.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's been super cool. There's no fumbling around with the smart plug system.
You just plug in whatever it is.
You plug in whatever it is. And you can get adapters as well, so between 30 and 50 amps. So
cool.
Yeah, it's been a great system for us.
Easy, yeah.
And the 30 amp system just powers the 2 air conditioners that are on board.
Yeah.
And the 50 amp house system is the 50 amp house system. Here is the road counter.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so we can control the anchor drop from the helm. And it just lets us know how much road we have out as well.
Yeah, so that makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's been pretty accurate as well versus the iPad system.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great.
Very smart.
What else can I tell you? So we have two different winches, obviously, 2 2-speed winches, which we've actually just had resurfaced. A lot of people don't know this, but it is possible to take your winch drums up to some sort of specialist and have them resurfaced.
No kidding.
Yeah, it is significantly less expensive versus buying it direct from the manufacturer.
Oh yeah.
And then we have, of course, the power winch up here, which we also use to sometimes furl the sail when we're on a starboard tack.
Yeah.
And obviously for for sort of just working the pit as
Yeah.
well, and that's a 2-speed power winch system.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And the all the canvas is in really good shape too.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
old is it, the canvas, do you know?
The canvas is from, I think, around 2019. It's currently 2025, so
Yeah.
it's probably about 6 years old.
It looks great.
Thank you. And we've been
Fantastic.
trying to take different pieces that may need a little bit of love
Yeah.
for service every winter when we get the chance.
Cool, yeah. Looks
Yeah.
great.
This cutout over here in the canvas is because we have a stern anchor as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 15-pound Fortress stern anchor on a mount bracket here.
Yeah.
We just, on Lake Ontario, took it off because it's Lake Ontario.
Yeah, yeah. But you can just reach out and drop it. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so right now it's down in the Lazarette. Do you know about the Lazarette in these boats?
Is it the flip open or no?
Check it out.
Okay.
So this throws people off.
Wow. Look at that.
And so
That is so much room.
it's so much room. It has access to the aft Lazarette as well.
Right?
And there's a washing machine
Oh, yeah.
right here, which we can run off of the battery bank, or we can plug it in and use the shore power system as well with that. In the brochure for this boat, it was possible to, as they said that it was possible to potentially sleep crew here in an emergency where you had to do so.
Well, that's probably 6 feet.
About that.
Yeah.
So we keep, of course, our emergency tiller down there.
Yep.
A couple jerry cans. We have our preventer lines over there as well. One thing that was really helpful for us down south, we actually bought a clear bottom bucket,
Yep.
which really allowed us to check the set of our anchor
Yeah.
and just find cool things on the beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before you put your snorkel mask on, you can just use the bucket.
Decide if it's worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Catalina does some amazing stuff. All the new boats, this flips open, and then there's a cushion that fills it, so it's like a day bed.
Oh, really?
I'm like, wow, day bed, that's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, if you want to sleep outside, no problem.
Yeah. Well, my kids love to build forts in the cockpit, so
Yeah.
we'll be on passage, and they'll bring all the cushions up here and have a pretty amazing fort.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Mm-hmm. And then the Lazarette, the aft Lazarette, is obviously the steering quadrant,
Yeah.
and we keep that pretty clean as well. And
Yeah.
we've got a whole bunch of just fenders and floating. We actually have a floating island there as well.
Oh, yeah?
A floating dock.
Yeah.
Which we bought at the boat show. We haven't used it yet. But
Oh,
we're
that's going to be
excited
cool.
about it. Yeah.
That's going to be very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. You probably get a lot of wow when people walk in here.
We do. We get a lot of wows. The one thing that is unusual as well is this step down into the aft cabin.
Yeah.
And we've had a number of sailors, especially after a couple
Yeah.
rum drinks, step down there.
Yeah. On their way to the head.
Yep. And so
Peeking
here
in.
in the galley, we have a newer Force 10 stove.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty cool monitoring system we just picked up on Amazon. And it just allows us to keep track of the temperature at different points
Yeah.
in the boat.
And there's just little sensors you stick wherever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have one in the fridge. We
Oh,
actually
smart,
also bought, actually the former owners bought, and it introduced us to it's a 110 volt refrigerator
Yeah.
that we can put into this, the Lazarette here.
Yeah.
And we're able to sort of monitor the temperature remotely from that as well. So we
Nice.
can store our meat or
Yeah.
whatever needs to be frozen without filling up the freezer. Although we do have a freezer here
Yeah.
filled with a whole bunch of delicious desserts at the moment. And this, of course, is our fridge.
Yep.
And one thing as well that people look for is the garbage.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is a functioning garbage
Oh,
system.
smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
And we have storage, of course, going down the
Yeah.
stairs here.
It's all beautiful, too. I love the wood. The joinery is all really good.
So another thing that gets a lot of attention is this table, the salon table here. And so you may or may not have seen this before, but we will go into cruising mode occasionally, and so this goes all the way down. Of course, the table folds out.
Yep.
And then we have a centerpiece that allows us to turn this into a fully functioning like hangout zone.
Yeah, the day bed.
The day bed.
Everybody hangs out there.
Yep, exactly.
And it's safe too because it's all the way around. So put the kids in there.
Yep.
Everything's good.
And it actually faces the television right here.
Yep.
Which is wired into the speaker system and to Bluetooth. So we can fully watch, watch Netflix at anchor, especially when we have our Starlink in the mix.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very livable.
We have a Cruisaro water maker, which we can access through the bulkhead here. And so this is where we have our different gauges, our different pressure gauges.
Yeah.
And we have actually two filters which are mounted here. So it's reasonably easy to clean those. And of course, when we're making water and testing the salinity, we can just run that drain into the sink before we turn it on to fill our tanks.
Smart.
And then we have a Victron inverter, 3000 watt inverter multi-plus, which is under the under this cushion here.
Yep. Have you ever run out at 3,000 watts?
No.
It's been good?
Yep, it's been all right.
I've hit the edge of my 3,000 a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
What were you running at the time?
The AC on, and I have an induction cooktop.
Okay.
So the AC on and turn on the induction cooktop, and it'll beep. It doesn't shut off, but it'll warn.
Cool.
It's like we're at the limit. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we have an induction cooktop. I've never used it, so thank you for warning me that it has a high amp draw.
It'll pull. Yeah, it's like 1,500 watts.
Really?
And then the AC was 1,500 watts, and it was like, it was okay. Like they'll usually surge above 3,000.
Okay.
Momentarily, but it was like beep beep. Okay,
Good
that's the limit. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
The house system itself is 12 100 amp Battleborn batteries, lithium batteries. So it's a 1,200 amp hour house bank.
No kidding. That's lots.
Which is plenty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it allows us to pretty much do whatever we need to do, whether it's run the microwave or the induction cooktop or anything of that nature. It also allows us, frankly, to work.
Yeah.
Because Starlink does have an amp draw.
Yeah. And, it does more than I thought it would.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was like, what's pulling 8 amps right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
The Starlink.
Unplug it. I'm like, wow.
So if you're working 8-hour days, it
that's
takes
80
a toll.
That's, I mean, you're burning through one of your 100s.
Yep. So one of the neat things about this boat as well, behind the door, you can access that Lazarette, which is sort of not a laundry room, but it sort of has many functions.
Yeah.
And also through this bookshelf here in the aft cabin,
you
can access the aft Lazarette.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, where all the steering is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And there's quite a bit of storage throughout. We haven't had too much of an issue with that.
Yeah. Very nice. So it's sort of a 2-stateroom.
It's a 2-stateroom setup, and
which is actually quite common. That's what a lot of people are shopping for.
Okay.
Usually, like the people that end up buying a 3-stateroom, like that boat, for example, what we hear from our readership and all of our people is like one of the bedrooms ends up being storage. So they're like, that's where we keep the paddleboards and all this other stuff. So why didn't we just get a 2 with a big Lazarette?
Right.
Would have made more sense.
Right.
Like, yeah, well, you know what? Yeah.
What I've heard too is that with the 2 staterooms, the 2 cabin boats, they haven't been chartered as well.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with charter boats. It's just a consideration for some people.
Yeah. Private ownership is usually more well.
I will say there's a hidden liquor cabinet.
Oh, is it?
Or a hidden cabinet and hidden storage.
Oh, yeah.
In these seats.
Oh, nice.
I guess it's not hiding it anymore, but it just folds back.
Oh, yeah.
And of course you have an armrest here.
Yeah.
And
smart.
One of the smart storage features here, this was a former owner who set this up, is that we also have plenty of storage under the seat here. And of course these are fold out chairs.
Right.
So you kind of have the ability to kick back and put your feet up as well.
I like it.
And full transparency, when we're sailing, we never do that. But
right.
In theory, you definitely could.
Right. Man, it's so well lit. Like you get like that deck saloon. Nothing else gives you that.
Having dinner here and being able to see 360, the boats coming in and out,
the
sunset, the weather, there's nothing like it.
There's so much room.
And then we have the forward head.
The big head.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, there's electric toilets here.
Yeah. Good, yeah. So much space.
Yep. Tons of space.
Wow.
And then the bow thruster is underneath this mattress
Right.
here. I'm not going to show you, but I will show you that we have a vent system under the.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Under the mattress here, just to
Yeah.
stop any sort of mold buildup.
Yeah. Yeah. You have
which
to be
is
careful.
which is being quite helpful. And we also have there's a little sort of mirror system here in a drawer, which I guess in theory you could use for making yourself look good before
Yeah.
the cruising parties.
Yeah.
Another interesting feature here, there's the transducer is actually under one of these drawers.
Okay.
So it can take a while to find if you're not familiar with the boat.
Right.
But very easy to get to once you know what you're doing.
Once you know where it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a hanging locker behind the door.
Yeah. What engine does it have?
This has a 75 horse Yanmar
Yanmar.
4JH 3TE.
Okay.
Yep.
We like the 4J.
It's been very reliable.
How many hours? do
It
you
has
know?
3,500 hours.
Okay.
And so far, it also has a Raycor dual fuel filter system.
Okay. You can switch between the
You
two.
can switch between the two. I'll show you the bilge.
Cool.
But the engine has run flawlessly. For whatever it's worth, we did price out a new engine just because you always want to know what's coming up at some point. And the quote we got was around 17 to 20,000 Canadian dollars plus
20,
installation.
Yeah.
But the reality is, and I'll show you the engine on this.
Sure.
It has a Balmar 100 amp alternator
Oh, good. Yeah.
as well. Let me try and keep this as clean and happy as as possible. So there's
Wow.
the Yanmar. Of course, you can see the Balmar alternator there.
Did you do pulleys or did they come with the alternator?
The alternator was aftermarket.
Oh yeah. The blue pulleys are aftermarket.
Yes, they were aftermarket as well.
Wow. It's pretty good access, eh?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
The impeller is sort of down low here,
Yeah.
so it takes a little bit of practice to be able to change that.
Right.
But no complaints.
Good.
And actually, these companionway stairs move,
Right.
and you're able to, of course, take up the sole here as well
Okay.
to get full access. So the cranking battery is back there
Oh,
as well.
okay. Right on.
Let me show you the bilge.
Yeah.
Everyone wants
Where
to know.
should I stand?
Anywhere except there.
Okay.
So in the bilge is the,
Wow.
of course, the dual Raycor system here,
Yeah.
which gives us a lot of confidence after a fuel filter change.
Yeah.
Here we have a Fisher Panda generator. It's a diesel generator, 8 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
It's we haven't used it so much. It's been great for making water at anchor.
Yeah.
Other than that, we don't really need it because we have the 1,200 amp hours of.
Yeah. You have so much battery.
We have so much battery,
Yeah.
and so we just really honestly haven't needed it.
Yeah.
We have down here. You're looking at the bilge for the shower
Okay.
system.
Yep. The sump. Yeah.
Yep. And then we have 2 air conditioners, and that's what those water strainers are
Right.
down there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, you can actually get right down in there and do what you got to do.
Unfortunately, you can spend a lot of time down
Yeah.
there, or fortunately,
The doghouse.
the doghouse. Yeah.
This is such a beautiful boat. So you're thinking you may sell it?
Well, I think it was John Kretschmer who said you never fully own a boat; you have a relationship with it.
Yes.
And our family has loved this boat very, very much. But we are being pulled in different directions, and we have different adventures planned in the future.
Yeah.
And including if we do go back down south at some point and do more cruising there. As much as we love monohulls and we love this boat, spending a lot of time on catamarans and that sort of thing, it's intriguing. So
Yeah.
if there's a point where we do that in the future, we might consider something like that.
Yeah. It's a beautiful boat. I'm sure somebody would be happy to come and take it off.
Thank
your
you for
hands.
saying that. What else can I tell you about the boat? So it's got a Victron system, which is fantastic because it's very modular.
Yeah.
And it's relatively easy to be able to add things or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
But it also allows you to remotely monitor your system.
Right.
And so, you know, if you're at the beach or whatever, you can see what power draw is coming in, or you have a sense for how much battery you have left.
Yeah.
But it also, there's a lot of peace of mind for even over the winter or something, if your boat is, for example, on the hard. You can just check in, make sure everything is, you know, what you expect.
Yeah.
And that includes not just your battery levels, if you're trying to trickle charge your batteries or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to weigh in on that with lithium because everyone has their own rules when it comes to what they do in the winter. Yeah, you read the manual, right?
Yes, yeah. Do what the manufacturer says.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But you can also, with the Victron system, add monitors for the water levels, for the waste tank as well. And it just really allows you to sort of see everything that's going on.
Yeah. And it's a comfortable place to work?
Yep, it can be. Absolutely.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep. Let's see what else can I tell you about this. Oh, it has a filtration system for the fresh water, for the drinking water, called Accuva.
Okay.
And so there's 2 charcoal filters running under the sink.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat. You can tell when it's working properly because you can see this blue light that goes on here. And I've just installed my pump, or just turned on my pump.
Yeah.
So
it's full of air.
It's full of air.
Yeah.
It's been a ton of fun, and it continues to be a ton of fun. It's been great in sort of the heavier weather, but the nice thing about the 75 horse Yanmar, even going through cuts in like Bahamas, for example, where there's a lot of currents, it's been a non-issue.
Yeah, just punch right through.
Just punch right through it. Or we took this up through the Erie Canal.
Yeah.
Of course, the current can rip there at 2 or 3 knots, and it's really a non-issue.
And down the Hudson.
Yeah.
The Hudson's a bear. Yeah. That was Lucas on a Catalina-Morgan 440. What a great boat to head south on. Already has massive batteries, solar, the biggest anchor that you could probably ask for, a genset, and a water maker. If he decides to sell that thing, someone is getting a great boat for some super long distance adventures. Leave a comment below and let Lucas know what you think. Was this boat just right for some Caribbean cruising? What would you add to make it better? I know he'll be watching the comments, so let him know what your thoughts are on this great Catalina-Morgan. And while we're talking about good cruising boats, did you see the article we posted on the Valiant 40? This is a time-honored classic that is well known for its good bones and super long-distance cruising pedigree. If you're up for some learning today, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like sailboat tours like this. And hit subscribe so I can see you again next time.